Hello, hello. Welcome to Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. I'm Julie Davison, and that is my beautiful mother, Susan LaCroix. We are coming to you from Champaign, Illinois, and Wyandotte, Michigan. That's right. We live a couple states away, and so we don't get to stamp in person very often. But Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie is our way to connect and stamp together each week, and we love sharing that with you. So if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channels so that you don't miss an episode every Sunday at noon Central Time, 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Oh, it has been so much fun doing this, Mom, and I love getting to stamp. I feel like every week we kind of stamp through the catalog and we pick out some of our favorite things, and get to stretch and share. And sometimes we play with things that we haven't used before. I know the products that we're going to share today, I haven't really done a whole lot with yet. So I was kind of excited to have an excuse. Do you feel the same way? Like
I was going to say,
just
I absolutely do. And I love this. I mean, from the first time I saw the suite in the catalog, I just was like itching to get on it. So I was real happy to be able to play with this. So anyway, shall we come to my desktop
Yes,
and see what
let
we're
me
doing?
flip it over and you can show everybody. I feel like when we talk about it too much, we're just teasing. So
We are. Let's not
let's
tease
skip right
anymore.
to it.
All right. So mini catalog. And I am on pages. Whoops. Pages. Sure, I am. 30 and 31 and 32. It's the Regency Park Suite. Look at this. Ah, gorgeous. So this is actually a mega suite. And I'll go through all the components of this mega suite because there's a lot and a lot you can do. And so when you're ready to order the entire suite, which is what I did, there's an order number right here. One number gets it all. 160583. It'll get you the entire mega suite. So let's just dig in right now and start looking at what's in here. So let's start with the first bundle, which is called Petal Park. It is a photopolymer stamp set, 11 stamps you get, and it comes with a punch. And I'm a sucker for flower punches, so I
Mm-hmm.
love this. So that is the first one. The second one is a photopolymer stamp set as well. And this is called Sentimental Park. And it's got a few like stems and some flowers, but it's got all these great little components of greetings that you can kind of put together with a mix of fonts and just some great sentiments and this little decorative piece that you can do something with as well. These are two-step stamps, by the way, so you'll see outlines and kind of the inside pieces to just give some more depth and dimension to your cards. This one comes with a set of dies. So it comes with a set of 18 dies, including these 3 labels, which I love, and all these little flowers. And you'll notice that there's some duplicate dies so that you can run it through just once and get more flowers. So there's quite a few of those. So that is the 2 bundles in terms of the dies and the stamp sets.
And I love put the stamp sets right next to each other because I love that the imagery is very similar. So I feel like you can really mix and match, lift them up so we can see we've got a little reflection from your light there. Like I feel like the flowers have the same kind of look and feel, so they very much like can mix and match and work really well together.
Yes, they do. I thought maybe there'd be more of a British feel because Regency Park, it reminds me of England.
Oh.
But any park. There's probably other parks that I don't know of, and I'm trying to stay in camera here. But you're right, Julie. They do coordinate together, and I've kind of mixed and matched the images on my project. So you'll be able to see that when I start stamping. All right, there's more. So let's start with this designer series paper. Now it's 6 by 6. You get 48 sheets, and they are just, I don't know, gorgeous. I don't know any other way to say it. They're all the A side, if you will, is flowers. there's just so many. There are so many flowers.
I
I have
love
a
the colors in this suite. Do you have the catalog handy to read them?
I do. I do, because there are a lot of colors in here as well. All right, are you ready? Petal Pink, Sweet Sorbet. Oh, I thought that was Poppy. Mango Melody, Shaded Spruce, Balmy Blue, and Night of Navy.
Oh, gorgeous.
Those are the colors. Let me flip it over to the B side because these are fun too. Look at these. I mean, just there's so many. Look at that.
I love how the B-side patterns balance out the busyness of the main
Yeah,
pattern.
yeah, it really truly does. I mean, I had a hard time. I'm telling you, I've had a hard time putting papers together for different. I had them spread all over the table yesterday. All right, so that's the designer series paper. But
Hold on
there's more.
really quick, Mom. Two of the patterns, at least two of them, coordinate with the punch. Did you catch that?
You know, I don't know that I did.
I think if you just flip through them, you'll be able to tell which ones are kind of spaced out.
Like,
And
yeah,
I nope, not that one. I
not this
did
one.
line it up and punch out from the designer paper. I had to kind of cut into the
Really?
pattern a little bit. There you go. The last two there, or three maybe, both of those.
Wow.
Not the green one. I guess it's just those two. With the white background. Both of those coordinate with the punch. So you can punch the flowers right out. It doesn't punch the leaf, but it does punch the flowers.
It
And
lines up, huh?
like I said, you do have to kind of cut into the paper a little to get the right angle
Yeah.
on the punch. Like you're in the right spot, I think, right there, but you have to kind of cut at an angle to get the punch
Get the punch in there.
to kind of get in there. But
Wow.
isn't that fun?
It is. I love when they do that. I wonder if some of the dies that some no, probably I'm not gonna go there right now. There's too much more to show you with the suite before we start stamping. I am in love with this paper. This is also part of the suite, and I'm going to try to see if I can get it up high enough that you can see. This is textured shimmer paper. And can you see the texture in that? This is the balmy blue.
Yes, you can see the texture. Your camera is freaking out a little bit, but
Yeah, it is. Here's the shaded spruce. If you can see it.
I think what's really cool about this paper is that you see those sort of that rib texture on both sides.
Yes, you do. You're absolutely right, Julie. This one, I can't call it basic white. I can't call it very vanilla. So I've decided it's kind of an eggshell.
Okay.
Because
A
here's
new in color. Our new color. I love this.
Oh no, don't say that because I don't know.
Oh, I
Okay.
know. I was just joking. We're
Okay.
inventing a color.
So
What would
here
we call it? Eggshell.
eggshell.
Um, everything eggshell.
I don't
We
it
gotta have
doesn't it
alliteration.
I've got it next to some basic white here. I can't really call it basic white.
Yeah.
But
It's kind of like our shimmer paper.
kind of, yeah. Yeah, it has that same quality to it. So those are the papers and the stamps and the tools, but there's more. There are these adhesive milky dots. And you get, I don't even know how many there are in this package, a lot. Well, I'm not going to get this out without tearing it, am I? I don't know how you do it, Julie, how you keep yours from tearing. Okay, so there are 200 gems. And so you've got kind of the mango yellow, you've got the night of navy blue, and you've got a little bit of the pink. And again, some of the extra, oh, look, I got a silver one too. An errant silver one. I mean, I wonder if it's like a golden brick.
Oh, that's funny. How did that ribbon?
I don't know. Because I did use some of these from this package. But yeah, that's funny. I should call demonstrator support and tell them I've got the silver melted bag. What's my price? And then it comes with some of this beautiful Night of Navy ribbon. So I'm almost down. I mean, I've got another spool, thank God, because this was almost at an end because I've used it quite a bit. But it's just beautiful.
I love this. I feel like this is sort of an elegant version of the denim ribbon that we had before.
You're
Um,
right.
which, by the way, that denim ribbon is in the clearance rack. So if you're looking for,
Oh,
if you're looking for a cheap version of of a similar ribbon, you should check that out in the clearance rack.
you're funny, Julie. All right, so that is the suite. Isn't that great? I mean, there's a lot of stuff in there.
There is a lot of stuff. Do you have some samples you want to share now, or are you going to share them later?
I can share them now. Okay. So this one I did for a swap. So Julie, you probably have it as well.
I do.
And this one I made for another swap.
Oh,
So Julie, you're part of that swap. So guess what? It's going to be coming your way. So I
yay!
used some of that textured of the white or the eggshell on this one and some of the milky dots.
Ooh.
And this card was inspired by, I think she watches us. She came up to us on stage. If you remember, we were sitting at our table.
Yes.
This was the swap.
Yeah, I love that.
And this is from Jill. Oh, I'm going to mess up her name. Jill Burris. I'm so sorry, Jill, if you're watching. I can't see what your name is here. I think it's Burris. But anyway, thank you so much. I have been wanting to case your card since you gave it to me, and I've kept it on my table because I think I'm gonna get to this card. I'm gonna get to this card. So sure enough, I'm doing a little one-on-one swap with a few folks, and so that is the inspiration for this card.
I love it.
And the others, you'll have to see after I make it.
Okay. Well, let me switch the camera over. I love that you ended on that card because I'm using the same pattern on my card
gosh, look at
today.
that. Oh, that's funny. Oh, I forgot one thing, Julie.
You want me to flip back?
Yeah, real quick. I'm so sorry. The embossing folder. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
embossing folder. I can't believe I forgot this. It's sitting in my bin, just waiting for me to show you. So yes, this is, I don't have a piece of, let me take this to see if I can show you. Isn't that beautiful? Anyway, that is the embossing folder that comes with the suite as well. So back to you, Jules.
All right. Well, I love that you showed that because I did use the embossing folder on my cardstock. I love the deep texture in this embossing folder. It kind of reminds me of like a basket weave. So I've got kind of a fun card. I was thinking about doing something like a DSP card base, except the 6x6 paper makes it kind of tricky to do that. Well, I'm doing sort of a version of a DSP card base. We're going to start with almost the whole sheet, 5.5 by 6 inches of the designer paper, and I scored at 4.25. So I just cut off a little bit at the end and scored at 4.25, where you would normally score for a card base. And so we're going to end up with this piece that has a fold over to the front. So the finished size is 4.25 by 5.5. Then we've got a white card base that is 5 inches by 8 inches, scored at 4 inches. Sorry about my sloppy handwriting, but we'll have the measurements in the video description for you. And I just am going to fold that in half. And this is going to go right inside our designer paper, and we're going to attach the designer paper so that the whole thing opens. So it becomes part of that designer paper base. So we've got then a piece of the Petal Pink cardstock that's 2¼ by 4¼ and this is going to layer on the front, and then some die cuts, and both of these are from that Sentimental Park set. So there are 3 labels. There is one that has the detailed flowers that's larger, and then a smaller version of this, and then a plain stitched, I don't know what kind of shape you would call this, kind of like a I don't know, what do you call this shape?
I don't know.
Well, it has 6 sides, so I guess it would be a hexagon.
Good question.
Hexagons have 6 sides, right? I'm using the right word.
Hexagon
Somebody in
has.
the peanut gallery. Okay. Well, you can use these separately, but they also nest inside. And so you can put that label inside and tuck it into the corners. It has all of that sort of cut out to have like a little flap. So it can sit inside and you can have that detail in color or designer paper and then the white label. So that is what I've done for that part. So we're going to do a little stamping. We're going to stamp our sentiment. We're going to stamp on our white card. I'm using the colors in the designer paper, Sweet Sorbet and Petal Pink. And I'm going to start with the outline. And I'm going to do, I'm using Sentimental Park for all of my stamp images. So the flower image is coming from that set. So I'm going to do one on the front and one on the inside. And they're going to be identical, but I just want to do something on the inside. And then, like you said, Mom, there's a 2-step. So we have the inside part, and that's going to go right inside. I love how just it's like filled in one like one easy step. So I've got that on the front and on the inside. And then for the sentiment, I am going to do on this, let's see here. I guess I'm going to keep it in to stamp it, and then I'll glue it in, I guess, when I'm done. So get back in there.
Well, you need to glue it in if it's tucked in there.
I just want to make sure it doesn't fall out of the card at all after I send it. So I don't think you need to, but I just want to make sure that it stays put. I'm using Sweet Sorbet for Thinking of, and then I'm going to use Petal Pink for the U. Thinking of You. It's kind of hard to see on camera. Ooh, gosh, really hard to see on camera. And then on the inside, I'm going to stamp Dear Friend. Thinking of You, dear friend.
Lovely.
Our card's gonna go together super, super fast. But that's how I stamp. Super, super fast, super, super easy. So we're gonna glue the entire card base to the inside of the card, and that fold is gonna go all the way in to the designer paper fold. So it's going to go just inside there. And then I'm going to add some adhesive on the edge of the white along the fold and fold that designer paper over. So it's going to stick. You could add a little more adhesive if you wanted right underneath the paper. So it glues all the way over, and then we have the opening there. And then
Julie, I love this part. Oh,
I'm so glad.
Hostess Club people, watch out, because we're doing this.
Oh, and then I'm gonna do a banner tip on the end of the embossed cardstock. So just cutting right up the center and over. And then this is going to go down in the center. And I just love the pattern and the texture. I just feel like it all comes together so well. I debated on whether or not to add ribbon, and I kind of feel like it's so busy. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't
Now
think
that
it
I'm
needs
thinking about it, I
anything.
do kind of want to go grab some ribbon. I'm thinking about the white seam binding. Like, I think that would be such a delicate ribbon to add.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Okay.
that would not, it wouldn't overwhelm the card. I think it would be just right. But before I do that, this is going to go on with some Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm pulling like 100 sheets and they're all empty. I need to be better about using my edges.
Nice.
And then I have some bling, bling, bling. So I'm going to use, I don't know, maybe I won't use the bling. Maybe I'll just grab the ribbon. Hold on one split second. I think the wrinkled white seam binding. I love this ribbon because it's just so versatile and you can color
yeah.
it if you want it to be a different color. Gotta grab my scissors that are buried here. What do you, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I
I
was
think
thinking
that
you
is
didn't need it,
just,
but boy, I sure like it there.
I think it's just what it needed.
You could even put a few of the polished dots on there.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna leave them off because as I think about where I would put them, I'm just not sure. And so
Yeah, that's good.
I think the ribbon is good because we got a lot of detail going on here. And
And
maybe
you've
that's
got
where I would
the,
add them, but I don't know. I think I just like it just
yeah,
like that.
that is so nice. Nice job, Julie.
Thank you. I have a few other samples to show you really quick before we flip it back over to you, Mom. Here's another one where I did a little bit of layering. I cut that from the designer paper, and then I tucked in the ribbon, or not the ribbon. I'm looking at this. I tucked in the label, and I punched these out from the designer paper. So I got the different colors, and I love how all the colors kind of come together on this. Mango Melody is that like yellowy color, and it's not a color that I use a lot. So it's kind of fun to have some designer paper. This one and Playing in the Rain, or the Rain and Shine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's got me using Mango Melody like I've not ever used it before. So I did this card, and then I did a bunch of cards where I took squares and then 2x4 pieces, and I just die cut the different labels. And so here's that little label, and then the big one I stamped. It's hard to see the flowers in the background. So same exact card layout. I just used different patterns from the same Regency Park paper. And this is a third version of the same card with the bigger label. I added some ribbon. I added some bling. Guess which bling that is? The pastel sequins. So you can see I was leaning a lot towards the like navy and balmy blue. So this one was sort of my like, I gotta use that sweet sorbet. And my last card I cased from the catalog because you know I love to do that. And I changed up the colors. I was inspired by the designer paper that had the pink and blue. And so I used the pink and blue instead of the blue and green and mango. So here's the designer paper. I used a strip of it here on the inside. So that's the paper that inspired the coloring on the front.
Very nice, Jewel. You've been a busy little girl.
I haven't. Well, these I made up to send to team members, and you got one of those. And it was so quick. I made up a whole bunch. And again, they were like all the same layout. It was just different die cuts. And then I cased the catalog, so that doesn't count. So I really just made 2 cards.
Oh, you're too funny.
All right, let's switch it over to your desktop.
Oh, okay. All right. So I got a big pile of stuff here. So our card base for this, or my card base, is 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 1.25 and 5.5. So it's the fold is going to be this. I'm calling this an asymmetrical gatefold. I don't really know what the name is. I've seen it somewhere online. I couldn't tell you anymore who it was. I believe it was a demonstrator, but I just thought, oh, I like this. I
I
like
do
it.
like
I
this.
like
Hey,
it. So it's a
did
little,
your light go off? Because it
no,
seems okay.
is it dark?
I don't know. It's just like it's like got a weird like
Oh,
tint. Maybe it's lighting on my end. That's not I don't know. Keep going because
oh,
I'm really excited about this fold.
okay. So I've got some of that textured paper. I've got a piece that is 5.5 or 5.25 by 4, 5.25 by 2 3/4, and 5.25 by 1. Then we have some designer series paper from the Regency. Oh, it's all stuck together. So I have a piece that's 5 inches by 2.5. I have a piece of 5 inches by 3/4. And then I have a little strip 5 by 1.5 that's going to go on the inside. Additionally, oh, I've got my inside piece, which is 5 inches by 3 3/4. And then I die cut out a couple of the labels. I'm going to use one. So yes, one of these labels. And then I went ahead and stamped. And I guess, Julie, I was going to do it, but since you've done it, I don't know that I need to, because it's the 2-step stamping. What do you think? Should I show it or should we just go with it here?
Oh, it's up to you. It looks like you're using the punch, which is different than the stamp I used.
Okay. You know what? I'm not, because I didn't put any extra white scraps in there.
Oh.
But yes, I did do that. I did. And it lines up, it stamps on a piece of paper and then these all line up. I didn't do the leaf with it. I just did that separately. Well, anyway, you get the idea what I did.
So just to be clear, the stamp is all 3 flowers.
Yes.
As one stamp. And so you stamp all the outline together and then all the solid, and then it punches out together. So you stamp together, you punch together, they're perfectly spaced.
Yes, exactly. And I have found that it's easier to line up the lighter inside piece once you do the detail piece.
Yeah.
That's what I did. Okay. My goodness. All right. Well, let's start with our inside, and we're going to kind of get that done and out of the way. And so I did this little piece here. I put this on the left side. Well, I have to stamp a couple of the little flowers. So anyway, you'll see what I did. I hope I did it. Anyway.
If you can scoot up just a little bit. That's good.
All right. So I did these little stamps. Okay. All right. So let me get this out of the way. So I just put this little trio of flowers in this corner. I always like to do a little something, something on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I didn't even notice that stamp in this set. I love that. Just little.
Isn't it? Just little,
Mm-hmm.
little trio. Oops, wrong ones. These. All right, let's see if I can match these up. Okay. Because they are quite easy to line up. I find. Well, I didn't do the best job there, but you get the idea. So that'll be our inside piece. I'm going to set this aside for now. And we're going to bring out our matte pieces and our DSP.
You should close up those ink pads. You make me nervous.
Oh. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me do this first, and then I'll close them up.
I keep seeing your hand go by it. I'm like, you're gonna end up with inky hands.
All right. So I'm going to use Night of Navy, and I've got Thinking of that I'm going to put up here.
Of course, we use the same sentiment.
Of course we did. Well, that's a little crooked, but you'll get the idea here. I can't believe I did that crooked. Jeez, Louise.
That's why you die cut too.
That's right. Let's see if I can get it better. All right. I'm assuming I'm in camera here.
Yep, you're perfect.
Okay.
And everyone's watching you.
That's a little better, I think.
Hey, that looks perfect.
All right. And thinking of you. All right. So that's the one we'll use. And now I think I am done with my ink. So I will put it away so it doesn't make me really nervous anymore. All right. Now watch, I'll have to bring it out because I've forgotten something, I'm sure. All right. So I have found that this is really easy to use, this textured paper. And I was concerned because you know how sometimes when there's texture, the adhesive might not hold real well?
Oh, yeah.
No problem. Absolutely no problem. This one is going to go here. And then I think we can start assembling our card. Oh, and I am going to put this on the inside.
Ooh, a double layer inside.
Double layer on the inside. Because I just love this texture paper. There you go.
You're covering it all up. I was just thinking you should like punch pieces before you cover it up.
Oh, yeah, I probably should have. You're right.
I haven't used that texture paper yet. I kind of forgot about it when I was preparing my project, so I'm gonna have to get it out.
Yeah. I just think it adds such a I don't know. I like it. I don't even know how to describe it.
Like a kind of a sophistication, like
maybe, yeah. There you go.
a little Regency, if you will.
A little Downton Abbey effect here. I don't know if I told you, but what we're thinking about doing before the cruise leaves, we're going to go early and go visit the Cotswolds, and that's where High Point Castle.
Oh,
Yep. And there's also a Harry Potter, one of the buildings used at Hogwarts.
that's exciting.
It is. There, isn't that pretty?
It really is. I love this so much.
Okay. So now, where's my ribbon? Here it is. All right, so I'm going to do the Julie trick. It's probably too much, but get my tear and tape out. I think I kind of want this going this way. All right, I'll let go and do it again. Usually I get it perfect, and then when I go reach for the adhesive, then I mess it up.
I know you need like an extra hand always whenever you're working with ribbon. You really need three hands.
Okay, so I want it to go this way. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to put some dimensionals on this, and I'm going to only put dimensionals on the side so we can open our card, because it will kind of overlap the smaller flap. All right, that should hold, hopefully. Oh, maybe not. All right, so I'm going to put this up here. like so. And then we're going to attach our flowers, and we're going to use dimensionals on them as well.
I was just thinking that label needs something, but then I forgot about the flowers. That's perfect.
Oh, flowers and bling, got to do the bling. All right,
Mm-hmm.
so let's put this guy. Oh, like maybe right there. And put this guy up here. And our little guy down here. Okay. And I've got a couple leaves that I didn't do the two-step. I just wanted something a little bit different. And let's put this guy. Under here. And this guy. Under here. Just to have them kind of peeking out. Come on, baby. Okay. So there we go. Just needs some bling, don't you think?
Oh my gosh, I love it.
So I did bring out the polished dots for this card. And on my sample that I did, I used the blue, but I'm wondering if I should use either the pink or the little white ones. What do you think, Julie?
Ooh, I was using blue on another project that I worked on, and it was kind of bothering me that the blue does it's brighter than the
Yeah.
navy.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it, but I don't know. I think I would try a different color. Why don't you try the top ones? Are those clear or the eggshell?
These are the eggshell kind of ones.
Yeah.
So let's do that. Let's put.
Is that other color supposed to be pink? Because mine doesn't look pink.
Yeah, I think it is. But it almost more looks like freesia more.
It's supposed to be petal pink. I mean, honestly, mine looks gray granite.
Oh wow.
I don't think it looks pink at all. Maybe it's my lighting.
Maybe. I think it looks like a real pale freesia. I don't know, because I got a silver one. I wonder, but
Yeah.
anyway.
That's so funny.
Anyway, so here is my card.
Oh my gosh, I love this so much.
My ribbon could be just a
happy.
titch smaller. I think it's a little bit too big. But so here's my sample that I did earlier. And I do have this or that for you.
Oh.
So here's the one I did earlier. And I didn't like where I had the ribbon. And those are the bright blue gems on the inside. So yeah, see, this needs to be a little smaller. I may take that apart and do it. But anyway, so here's the other card that I did. I was excited about the mango melody and the shaded spruce. So I didn't realize that this stamp was so big because I wanted to use one of the labels. So what I did, because I liked that shape, I took our 3-corner punch, the new one, and I just used that to get that edge.
I love that little detail. I love that it's not like a rectangle and it has kind of a different finish. And I love these colors. So bright and happy. What color green did you use for stamping?
Shaded spruce.
And did you just stamp off on it for the lighter version?
I did.
Okay.
And I'm not sure I like this. I used the little tiny happy birthday here on the bottom. I was trying to figure out if I should have done it on a label and moved it up here, but it kind of works. And then the inside is let's celebrate.
Oh, I love that.
So which one do you like more?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. They're both so good.
It's the same, layout with the gatefold.
I
Asymmetrical.
don't know. I was gonna say the navy and the balmy blue, but I really am digging that yellow and I like that big stamp. It's
Yeah,
a toss-up.
it is. And you noticed I used iridescent rhinestones. I brought these out and I just thought that's just too much yellow.
Mm,
And so I thought about the pink, and then I thought about the white, but I thought, nah, I'm going with my iridescent guys.
they're
All right,
beautiful.
leave me a
I
comment,
actually
please.
thought that they were the yellow ones, so I wouldn't
Oh,
have known unless you pointed it out. But now I can see the like dimension, the facet on the
yeah.
gem. Now that you say that.
So this or that, please leave me a comment and let me know which one you like. I've got the
Oh, so
textured
good.
card or the textured paper on both cards, the shaded spruce and the balmy
Mm.
blue. And just different and I wish I had written down her name that inspired me to do this. Like I said, I think she's a demonstrator. Oh, so I apologize if you're watching the video and say, hey, that's my card. It is, and I thank you. And I'm sorry I didn't give you credit.
Oh, I love
Okay,
it, Mom. Let's flip the camera around and we'll show off our cards together.
sounds good.
Oh my goodness. I love this Regency Park Suite. It
Oh,
was one
I
of my
do too.
favorites when I first saw the catalog because I just love the colors and I love that there's a punch bundle and a die bundle. I feel like it
Yeah,
has so many possibilities and I just can't wait to dig in and play more. I just want to keep going.
yeah, and I love your card layout, Julie. So
Oh,
I
thank
know you'll
you.
send me the dimensions so I can add it to my site. So
Yeah, yes, we'll have all the measurements in the video description so you can find them
yes, we
there.
will.
And yeah, this was so much fun. Leave a comment, let us know if you are a fan of the Regency Park Suite. Hopefully we've inspired you with the card ideas that we shared today.
Yeah. Well, you all have a blessed week. We've turned the corner, and I think winter, and so now we're looking into spring and warmer weather. So I'm excited about that. And I look at all these flowers and think, oh man,
I know.
I want my flowers out.
I'm ready for spring. But it always seems like we get a big snow in the middle of February. So I'm thinking winter's not quite over
No,
yet.
it's not quite over yet, but we're looking at the other end of it. We're looking at the flip side of it, and we're heading towards
Yes. I
warmer
I
weather.
I do feel like we're hopefully on the other side of that. Well, coming up
Oh,
this week is Happy Valentine's Day.
that's
Valentine's
right.
Day is in just 2 days since today is February 12th. So we hope that you have a happy Valentine's Day. It also means that celebration is almost like there's only 2 weeks left.
Two
Is
weeks
what I'm trying
left.
to say. It's more than half over.
Yeah,
It's 3/4 of the way over. And
it is.
so make sure that you get all of your orders in to get those celebration gifts that you want because that all ends on February 28th. So there's just 2 weeks left
Yes.
to take advantage of those specials. And we'll have an episode coming up where we share some more last minute projects using celebration stuff. But if you haven't seen our other celebration videos, make sure you check those out on our YouTube channels and subscribe so that you don't miss out on our future videos.
Absolutely. And then don't forget about the additional celebration gifts that Stampin' Up! Has released. So again, we'll have a link to that in our description for you. In the meantime, happy stamping. And until next Sunday, Stamping with Susan and Julie. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Have a good week.
Thanks
Bye,
for
Mom. Love you.
watching. Love you too, Jake. Bye.